There's a rhythm to the book of Judges, and actually a lot of the Old Testament. As you go through there's the point where God is working with his people and everything's going well, and then after that period, there's a point at which the people start to drift away from God. And they drift away from God, and they start having the repercussions of that, the bad things that start happening. And eventually they turn back to God, and they call out to God, and God sends a person, and that person is a prophet or a judge, or even a king, and that prophet, judge, or king comes in and straightens them back out, and they start following God again, and they start getting wins again, and things start going well. And then that prophet or priest or judge slips away, and they slip back again. And it's a cycle that just runs throughout the Old Testament. And then we come to the New Testament in Jesus. And something interesting happens. Because in Luke 19:44, it's a strong verse. It's a hard verse. It's a harsh verse. It's talking about the people who are going to come later after Jesus comes. It says, they will dash you to the ground, you and your children within your walls. They will not leave one stone on another because you did not recognize the time of God's coming to you. And the big deal is the big difference. See, before it was a prophet or a priest or a king or a judge. This time it's God in Jesus Christ. And when God shows up and we reject him, he's saying, it's not a matter of I'm going to send somebody else. I have sent the one I am going to send, Jesus is saying. God has sent me. The Father has sent me, his Son. And when people reject me, which he knows they're going to do, the result is not another spin on the merry-go-round of rejection, repentance, return. It's rejection and judgment. And if God is speaking into your life, recognize that he does give us second chances, but there will be a point at which there are no second chances. So for you, for your friends, for the people that you love, recognize there is an end to this cycle. There is an end to the process. There is a point at which God will finally judge. And we want to make sure that we're on the right side of the judgment. We also want to make sure that all our friends and our families and our coworkers and all the people that we care about are also on the right side of God's judgment. Because when God comes, it's a whole lot different than when a prophet just shows up. And that's today's Jumpstart.